done. I went on a run and beat all the odds and got even again. Watch what you say, I'm not one of them. When I jump in my bag, I could jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy, I gotta let them see I'm out here winning, cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game, cause the way I'm feeling, I honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it, so it ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us, and that's why all of us been winning from the beginning. It's more than a kid, don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey coach, put me in the game. With your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained.
The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Now Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
The secret to his game and his success, incredible chemistry with each and every one of the guys who catches passes with him. And not only does he ask them to stay after practice or meet it before practice, he actually demands it, because he knows if they have that kind of chemistry built up, they're going to be hard to beat each and every ball game.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Meanwhile, Tua's throws taken in by Waddle. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 69 yards. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. Here's Mostert. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Second down and goal. Tua firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Now Tua escaping the pressure, and he will take it in for the Dolphins touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was Tua Tagovailoa who called his own number and finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown. Ready to kick it away is Sanders. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 1st down. Here's Cousins. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Spinning away. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop, and now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
They certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. On 1st down, back to Gaskin. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It was Danielle Hunter to make the play in the backfield.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss, because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost, and then a little bit more.
That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Cousins. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Cook. And here he'll get it down to the 7. To throw is Cousins. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. On 2nd down, Cook. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Cousins. He's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Running for it. Here's Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Joseph connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
We'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, design run for their wideout. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
That was well coached and even better executed, because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
On 2nd and 7, Tua, and going deep for Hill. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 39 yards there. A big one. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. One more time with Mostert. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal. Tua sets up to pass it. Flush to his right. Touchdown, Dolphins! Tua finding his old Alabama teammate, Jalen Waddle. And the Dolphins have moved out in front.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense. But when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This taken in at the goal line. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. And now out comes Minnesota. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7. So a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Cousins to throw it. Open man is Osborne. He's got it. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Play action now. Cousins. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
So the first thing crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely, and from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Off the play fake, Cousins. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. The A chance of wasting this great starting field position. A real threat. This is 3rd and long. Cousins now. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Throwing is Cousins. Oh, he's brought down. Remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. Final play of the half, Cousins. And that's knocked away and incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touch. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Taken at the goal line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. To throw, Cousins. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 33. Cousins gives way to Cook.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Cousins. Complete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Now Cousins. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time how powerful is the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now Cousins on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold.
Now that's just simply good coaching and excellent technique on that play. You know why? Because everyone wants to rush the passer when they want to throw the football, but you're not always going to get there. So what are you taught to do? When the ball's finally thrown, get your hands up in the passing.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And he's got this down to the 35. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Rolling to, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Forced out to his left. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And going deep for Hill. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, 33 yards. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 21-7. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. And did the Dolphins get it? Yes! Miami football. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big and the onside kicking with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Play action. Now it's Tua. And going deep for Hill. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to get it back here just past the 35. And I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. A big connection on that one. 64 yards. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching. Back now in Miami. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Cook. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Throwing, Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
The Miami defense trying to keep him out. They haven't let him in yet. Can they hold again here on 3rd and goal?
Cook.
And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I know they're going through all the possibilities right now, but the truth of the matter is a field goal doesn't do them a ton of good. It'd still be a 2-score game, so to me, go for it. Go for it boldly.
They'll try and run for it. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Dalvin Cook.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Vikings have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
This one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Running the counter with Mostert.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
From the 38, Tua. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert.
And a nice spin into some open field. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense overcommitting. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
They'll run right side with Mostert.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
So with your team leading in the 4th quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Here's Tua. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. This to perhaps salt this one away. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
So Cousins and the Vikings down 24-14. Less than 90 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Now Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. All away, and it falls incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Here's Cousins. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4th down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Cousins to throw. Throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly is told that you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
And it's caught.
And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
They'll run with Gaskin.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown.
Myles Gaskin
punching it in from a yard away.
And the Dolphins are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
They weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
First down, here's Cousins. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step one, the touchdown. You need a two-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if they're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for two again. That's why teams are practicing multiple two-point plays.
We saw that in Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big two-point conversions. Cousins to the end zone, but it's incomplete. A very pivotal two-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the fourth quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a one-score game, right? Touchdown, get two, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Miami set to take over. And still two timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game.
To a hit, and the ball is out. And the Vikings pick up the football.
That's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we've still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
Well, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
Throw caught there by Osborne. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. Flushed out right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. That ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
One last shot at the end zone. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little, too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
One last shot now for Cousins. That's caught for the additional 2 points. It'll only matter to the final scoreline, and that is the final act of this game. Well, at least at the very end, there's something to take away. They lost the game, but got in the end zone, got a
two-point conversion as well. I don't know, though. In the end, you still lost the football game.
You still lost the game, but maybe they were just capitalizing on the flurry at the end, right? You scored the touchdown, keep the momentum going, go for two. Maybe they're working on something for down the road. As you said, it doesn't matter. You lose the game, but you finish with a touchdown and a successful two-point.
Some sort of a building block.
Yeah, something.